dive in. And I've done this for 22 years, so so I can just roll if I need to roll. But it's nice for y'all to have the pictures and kind of see. Okay, are y'all able to see anything now?
Not yet, no.
Okay, so what I may do is I may just go ahead and just kind of share, and then I'll fight with it in a minute and see if I can figure it out. I was hoping to get this up, but okay, still can't see it. Okay. Okay, so I'll just share, and I apologize that y'all won't have the visual aids to go with it, but I guess that I used to be a preschool teacher. Some of you may know that. So I'm used to just kind of going off the cuff, and if it's not working, you just pivot quickly. So God knew what he was doing because he prepared me to be an entrepreneur through all that. So really quickly, I wanted to just share with y'all this morning a little bit about the basics of my business. Just a little bit more about myself. You see me every week, but you hear me talking about my business and you don't really hear me. It's hard to tell everything you do, and I'm sure y'all would agree with that as well. It's hard to tell everything about yourself and everything you do in just a few short minutes. And so I actually am going to start my story years ago, and I won't tell you how many years ago, but when I was a teenager. And my very first picture in my slide presentation is a picture of me and my mother. And she is really the one who influenced me to take care of my skin. From the time I was a little kid, I always saw her taking care of herself, taking care of her skin, and she taught me that. And interestingly enough, and some of you may know this because I've done a one-to-one with some of you, but she has always used Mary Kay products. Ever since I was a little kid, little pink and white bottles were in the bathroom. And so that's what I always saw growing up. And when I was about 15, my mom's sister, she was going to a Mary Kay party, and mom said, hey, that'd be fun. Let's go, and we'll go to the Mary Kay party. And so we went that night. And, I always thought of Mary Kay as like my mom's Mary Kay, not mine, that's her stuff. And we went that night, and I tried the skincare set that was made for my skin type. And the consultant had us do half of her face, the skincare on one half, and just, plain on the other half. And the whole night I sat there at that party, and I was just like I couldn't stop, just feeling the two sides of my face, and I couldn't believe the difference that I could feel. And so by the time the party was at the end, my mom asked me, I guess she could tell I was really into it. And she said, are you liking this? And I said, yeah. And she's like, well, your 16th birthday is coming up. Do you want this for your birthday? And I was like, yeah. And you know how kids are. Oh, yeah. And she's like, okay, if I buy this, are you going to actually use it, or is it going to sit in the bathroom? I was like, no, I would actually use this. And to this day, I thank her for that, because she started me out with the gift of beautiful skin. And thank the Lord she didn't buy me an outfit, because Lord knows it wouldn't fit. And even if it did, I'd be so out of style, I wouldn't want to wear it. But she gave me the gift of beautiful skin, and that has truly stuck with me. And my mom is now, let me think, 71, and her skin is still beautiful. I mean, it does not look, she doesn't look her age at all. And so that's kind of part of my tagline, how old you are is your business, how old you look is mine. And truly taking care of yourself and taking care of your skin is a big part of that. So that's a little bit about my story. And so I started using the products and loved them. Graduated high school, went to college, got my early childhood teaching degree, got out, started teaching, loved it, loved my little kids, loved what I was doing. And about 2 years in, I realized, wow, teachers make like no money. And now that's not a big secret. Everybody knows that now. But of course, back then, I didn't know that. And so just like a lot of my teacher friends, they were all going out and getting part-time jobs, retail, restaurants. And I knew I needed a part-time job too, but I didn't want to work in retail or restaurant. You don't have to work nights and weekends and all that stuff. And so my Mary Kay consultant approached me, and she said, hey, you should come do Mary Kay with me. It's fun. You can make money. You can save money on your own products. And I don't know about y'all, but I like saving money. And so when she said that, even though I wasn't the sales type and I was very shy and did not like talking in front of people, I was like, I need some extra cash. And if I could get a discount on my own stuff, this might be worth it. Because I knew my mom would buy from me. My mom's sisters, 2 or 3 of her sisters used Mary Kay. I knew they would buy from me. So I took a leap of faith and decided to take a chance. And honestly, I'm so glad I did. As I mentioned, that was 22 years ago, which is crazy hard to believe because time flies when you're having fun. Um, and I say that it's funny when I'm out networking and I tell people that they're like, "Oh, Mary Kay, well, how long have you done that?" And I'm like, 22 years. And they're like, "Really?" Because most people in direct sales don't stay in direct sales that long. And most of them, if they do, it's usually not with the same company. Um, but for me, I love Mary Kay products. Like I said, that's all I've ever used on my skin. But I also love our company philosophy, and I want to share that really quick, and then we'll jump in and I'll tell you a little about some of the products. So our company philosophy, Mary Kay Ash started the company back in 1963, and we have to think back in history and remember that back then women did not have opportunities, not like we all do now. And she had to jump through a lot of hoops to even get the money to start the company and everything. And she always believed in keeping your priorities in order. God first, family second, career third. That's my priorities too. So I was very impressed that a company would say that your faith and family need to come before your career. So that was very impressive to me. Another thing that was impressive to me, and I know we have a lot of animal lovers here in the group, so I wanted to make sure to share this because this was really impressive to me as well. Mary Kay, in the 57 years we've been in business, we have never done any animal testing. And back in the 60s, when Mary Kay started, that was very commonplace. And even in other countries, it's still commonplace, for them to test health and beauty products on animals. And Mary Kay has never done that. And every year, which of course this year is the exception because nobody could travel, but every year I get to go to Dallas to our annual conference. And I got to tour one year, me and my mom, because she's on my team, we went and we got to tour our corporate headquarters. And I asked one of the employees, I was like, I know we don't test on animals, but how do y'all test the products? Because obviously you have to test them. And she said they actually ask for employee volunteers. And which I thought was interesting. And so when we went to the manufacturing plant, even all the men, their skin looked amazing. And so I thought about what that lady said, and I was like, oh, they're using the skincare too. So it's really cool. But I wanted to share that because a lot of, like I mentioned, a lot of countries still allow animal testing. In fact, China is one of the countries that does. And Mary Kay has a manufacturing plant in China for our China market and for our China consultants. And even in China, we still don't do any animal testing. And we are really hoping to be a force for change in that country and to influence other health and beauty companies to follow suit and stop the animal testing. So just wanted to share that because, like I said, I know we have a lot of animal lovers in the group like myself, so I wanted to make sure to share that. So really quick, I'll dive in, just tell you a little bit more about the products. Obviously, you know about the skincare because you hear me talk about that a lot. So we actually have several different skincare sets. Our most popular ones, we have 2 anti-aging sets. One is called Time-Wise 3D. The other one is called Time-Wise Repair. And a lot of ladies, are, of course, we all want to look our best. We all want to look younger. And so for a lot of ladies, that's a concern. We also offer more natural products. A lot of people don't realize that. For some folks, they are more interested in the natural route. And so we have a skincare set called Botanical Effects. It's natural, it's plant-based, and it actually comes in 3 different formulations, one for dry skin, one for normal skin, and one for combination and oily skin. And the one for combination and oily skin actually has dragon fruit in it and aloe. And I don't know if y'all know about the health benefits of dragon fruit, but it's like a very powerful super antioxidant. So it is amazing for your skin. And then, of course, aloe has been used for centuries with skin, so it is amazing. We also offer our Clear Proof skincare set. I want to make sure to mention that one. That one is great for folks that have acne. So I have, as you can imagine, a lot of my younger clients are using that, teens as well as ladies in their 20s. But honestly, I've had ladies in our age group purchasing it recently because a lot of us are wearing these masks. And if your skin tends to be a little on the oily side anyway, a lot of women are having breakouts and are saying, my skin doesn't normally break out. But then they'll show me it's like here on their nose or here, and it's usually where that mask is covering their skin. So if you know someone that's having trouble with acne, the Clear Proof works beautifully for that. Our other skincare set, in fact, our newest skincare set is called Mary Kate Naturally. And I began to notice a lot of folks are leaning more towards the natural route. I know a lot of us here in this group lean more that direction. And actually, when Christy Farrell and I first met, she asked me if we had like a very natural skincare set, or like 100% natural. And at that point, we didn't. But about 3 or 4 months after she and I met, we came out with this. And I said, Christy, I'd love for you to look at this because, this is sort of out of my wheelhouse. And so with that skincare set, there's 4 different products in that Mary Kay Naturally set. 3 of those are 100% pure. The 4th one, the cleanser, is 99.4% pure. They did have to add 1 ingredient to hold the formula together. But other than that, it is almost completely pure. So I'm very excited about that because that opens a whole new market for me that wasn't available before. We do offer, lastly, we do offer men's skincare. Now, guys want to look good too. They don't want to do all the steps we do. I know y'all would agree with that. And so their skincare set is really simple. It's a men's face wash. Theirs is called a facial hydrator. I guess men's moisturizer doesn't sound very manly. So theirs is a facial hydrator. There's an eye cream and a shaving cream. So again, very simple, but we don't leave guys out. So we have that for them. Next, we have color cosmetics as well. And most people, when they hear the words Mary Kay, I think a lot of times, especially when I'm out meeting people networking, that's what they think about is makeup. And so we do, of course, offer color cosmetics, foundations, powders, eyeshadows, lipsticks, lip glosses, all of that. One thing I will say about that, just really briefly, is we have updated our eyeshadows and our cheek colors, and they are now made with mineral powder. So it does give you a more true color, but it's also a more natural approach as well, which I'm very thankful because, as I said, I see the market shifting as a whole here locally, but also as a whole going toward more natural. And I'm very happy to that is the case because that's what I prefer as well. Other products we have that you may or may not know about is our body care products. Most people know about Satin Hands, and that's our shea butter satin hands. That makes your hands feel wonderful. But we also do offer body products, such as shower gels, body lotions, body scrubs, all that good stuff. We also offer fragrances. A lot of people don't realize that as well. We have ladies and men's fragrances, and think department store quality. Literally a spritz here and there, and it's going to last all day. And then lastly, and I can't believe I didn't bring them in here with me, is my gift service. And of course, y'all see me hold up the mistletoes probably about every single week. I've got them, holding them up. But I do offer a gift service. And I realized about 5 years ago when I first started networking that I had to do something to kind of set myself apart. And I know y'all would all agree with that. For me, there's 3 million beauty consultants in the U.S. So why are you going to pick me instead of one of the other 3 million? So I knew I had to figure out a way to set myself apart. And so I feel like for me, my gift service is one way that I can do that. And of course, obviously offering gifts for Christmas, but for other holidays as well. And this is where I wish I had the pictures because I had some pictures. I did a gift basket for a friend of mine who he and his wife obviously getting married, and they had someone very special in the wedding, and they wanted a gift basket because this lady had done so much to help them even get the wedding done, get it planned. And so I was able to customize and put a basket together for that. Had another friend who reached out to me. He is an insurance agent, and he was doing a vendor event. It was a women's event, and he had to have a basket giveaway on his table. And he's like, I don't know what to put in there. I don't know what women want, but you do. Can you put something together for me? And I was like, sure. So, so anytime you need, a gift for a vendor event, or you need any kind of gift, I even do baby shower gifts. I have something called a loaded diaper. It's really cute. And you put all kind of baby stuff in there, and then we put like a hand cream or a foot cream for the mom, because usually at the baby shower, you're getting like all these cute baby clothes and all the baby stuff, and the mom doesn't get anything. So it's just a little something in there for her. So that was just kind of a quick synopsis. Does anybody have any questions for me? I'll open the floor.
I do want to say something, as I have my satin hands here.
Oh, yay.
I have really dry hands because I have animals and do a lot of stuff. So this stuff is really good. And I also want to say I'm very thankful to Mary Kay, because there are a couple of us in here who also are in direct sales. And when I get the objection of a network marketing company or direct sales, how they're a scam or anything, I just say, look at Mary Kay. It's been, in like over 50 years, and Mary Kay Ash is a millionaire. So that is such a wonderful inspiration and an example of how this business model can be successful for women, especially. So I'm very appreciative of that. And I see Laura wrote in here, people buy from you, Anna, because you're awesome. So I did all that.
Oh, thank you. That's really sweet. Oh, thank you, Laura. And Mary, thank you for that testimonial. I appreciate that very much. Yeah, Mary Kay was definitely a trailblazer. And really quickly, and I don't know how are we doing on time, Kalua? Are we okay on time? Okay, I hope so. I'll just kind of roll. Back in 63, when she, decided to start this company, she was a single mom with 3 kids, and she had her life savings of $5,000. And as the company began to grow, she realized they were going to need a new building, and she went to the bank to get a loan. And she went from bank to bank to bank, and they all told her no. In fact, they wanted to know where was her husband. And I was talking to my grandmother the other day. She's 93, and my grandmother was a businesswoman back in the 60s as well. And she said the same thing. She would go to get a loan, maybe for a car or something, and they're like, well, where's your husband? Does he know about this? And she's like, well, he's not going to pay for it. I am. But Mary Kay literally had to go, I think it was either 45 or 47 banks. She finally found one guy who was willing to take a chance on her. And that is the company we still bank with today. And we're now a multi-billion-dollar company. So I'm sure whoever owns that bank is glad that man took a chance on her 57 years ago. Any other questions or comments?
Anna, you said you had a naturals range. Is that a vegan range?
Laura, that is a great question. And I will be very frank and tell you I do not know the answer, but I will be glad to do a little research and find out. I feel like it probably would be, but I don't want to say for certain until I do a little research. But that's a great question.
That's fair. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
I have a question about the animal testing. So that's really a big deal that they don't test on animals, because I was under the impression that they did for a long time. So I'm really glad to have been corrected on that. What you said about China is that you're able to do that and have the manufacturing in China without doing the animal testing is pretty amazing, because they're pretty strict on that regulation. So having your company there to show that that's not necessary, is it that there's ways to get around that? When I worked at Novartis many years ago, probably when you were starting Mary Kay, I'm older than you, but I worked on a validation study, which was a worldwide validation study, and it was a way to test toxicity in dermatology, because I was in my dog is like being a pain. In the dermatology department on looking at toxicity of compounds, and they found it was very successful to test toxicity in the lab, that they didn't really need animal testing. And that was a long time ago. And there was this, like the FDA and a lot of places still hang on to that animal testing. So I'm really glad to hear that you're like paving the way there, because it's really unnecessary and a lot of times irrelevant, and need to have that changed. So that's very cool.
Thank you. I
Right.
agree.
Asking any questions, I'm just blah, blah, blah. Sorry.
I appreciate you sharing that because
Yeah.
as you can imagine, and I will confess the Chinese government has put pressure on us, to do the animal testing because that is very widely accepted and encouraged in China. But we absolutely, refuse. And like you said, we're proving to them that in their country, we are having, we're obviously selling, we're obviously succeeding, and we're not having to do that in order to do that. So that, like I mentioned before, that is our goal in China, is to make a positive change, for them, with that market. So thank you for saying that. And of course, all the products here in the US are made in Dallas, at our US manufacturing. So any other questions or
Yeah, I want to
comments for
actually
me?
give a testimony to Anna. I had some acne scars on my cheek here, some dark spots, and Anna lives in Mebane, and she drove from Mebane to Raleigh to meet me, to give me a consult, and it wasn't even a big sale. She sold me, it was like a facial scrub to exfoliate. And so what happens is the scar tissue is at a certain level. As you move away those levels, the scar tissue actually just goes away. And so she actually helped me with her product. It wasn't a cover it up situation. It was, oh, let me correct your skin, which is very remarkable because everybody's all about even in the pharmaceutical world, they all just want to handle the symptoms. There's not a lot about cures these days. And I don't know if you've noticed every commercial, hey, we can solve your psoriasis, but you might have a stroke, heart attack, 50 other horrible things. I'd rather have the psoriasis. But anyway.
Explosive diarrhea, always explosive diarrhea.
Oh my gosh. So I just love the level of commitment and devotion, and also, the solution to the problem, not just because she would have sold me makeup forever if it was just to cover it up. That would have probably been a more profitable thing for her to do, but instead she took the high road. So now I don't need any more of that product because I used it up over a course of a year, restored my skin. But what she's gotten is a lifelong friend and a referral partner. And but this is not a salesperson. This is a friend. This is a person you can go to who's going to give you good, solid advice. And that's very remarkable in these modern times.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you.
I just wanted to say, I remarked one time to Nola, because my introduction to Mary Kay was when I was a teenager. My cousins got really big into it. But like they themselves and the ladies who were selling it, remember, in India when they throw the colors, like that's kind of what they looked like. They were just like all the time. And I was, that wasn't my style. It was always very natural looking. So I did not gravitate towards it. But then, all these years later, and I met you, and I was talking to Nola, I was like, I always thought Mary Kay was just about wearing a lot of makeup, and Anna is so natural and beautiful. And I didn't know that. Like, so you have really brought this whole other, vision of this company to me that I didn't even know there was.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. And I think maybe that's another thing that sets me apart is the focus more on the skincare, because y'all are right. If your skin looks good, then you don't need to wear a lot of makeup. In fact, that's kind of my most requested color look, is more that what I call the natural beauty look, which is kind of what you see on me. It's just kind of natural enhancement, but not, like Kalua said, not the overdone. And I have customers that are glam girls that want to, they're in their 20s and they want to do the black eyeliner and the whole, and they can absolutely rock that, but that's not me. So thank you. I appreciate that.
Anna, I have a couple of questions for you.
Sure. Yes,
So
ma'am.
how far away is Mebane from Raleigh?
Far.
Is it
An
far?
hour.
You have to start walking and it takes 2 days to get there.
Thank you, Linda.
It's about an hour.
About an hour? Okay.
I know where in Raleigh you are. Yeah. Kalua's right
Yeah.
about it more.
Well, I was going to say your skin, and with Linda just talking about the correction on her skin, is testimony enough, because your skin is beautiful. And I mean, that alone speaks for itself.
Well, thank you.
Yes. And I would like to get in touch with you and just talk about some various things. I have rosacea.
Okay, yes, we've got
Yeah.
some great products to help with that.
Right. And so I would that's why I was wondering how far away you were, just to see if maybe, we could do something.
Half
So-
car, wheel drive, yes.
Okay.
Hey, Donna, maybe you could have a party and invite people over.
Yes. And I could serve maybe some hot teas and things.
Yeah.
Yes, that would be lovely.
I know exactly where to get the teas.
That would be a really good idea, wouldn't it, Anna?
I would love
I
to
would
do
do
that.
that for you in a second. Yes, I would. So maybe we'll have to do that. Have some Raleigh ladies over.
Yes, that would be great.
Anna, are you anywhere near replacements?
I'm not quite that far. In fact, my best friend works at Replacements. So Replacements is about 15 minutes further than
Okay.
me. So yeah, I'm not too far from there.
Is
And
replacement.
I've used Mary Kay. My girlfriend came out, it was with the retinol in it for over 50. I wasn't 50 yet, and it just came out. My girlfriend needed somebody to try it out on. So I got the whole kit. And as you know how expensive that kit was, I had to try it for 30 days, and I loved it. And my skin looks good naturally, so I really didn't need it, but she wanted somebody that with sensitive skin, going through chemo and all that, try it. And I loved it. And it was like, it was expensive, but it was well worth doing the trying of the product. So, and I've done Avon. Was more of an Avon, and then I did Mary Kay, but I do a little bit of both, and now like makeup, I do my stuff, but the creams and everything, like for over 50, oh my God. I mean, I had very fine lines, but they were gone like that because it puffs your skin. It brings your collagen back, and it's really good stuff. So I, had to give kudos to Mary Kay and to Anna, because I agree, your face it always does. When you said 22 years in business, I said, no, she's not old enough to be in business for 22 years with them. Sorry. So,
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Yes, time flies when you're having fun. Most definitely.
I noticed Donna's rocking some lashes. That will go good with Mary Kay.
I am. I'm rocking Tammy's lashes today.
All right. They look
don't they look beautiful on her? I absolutely love. I have so many people that have made compliments. I posted it on Facebook. Friends that Donna does not even know are complimenting her, and they're like, "Oh my God, oh my God!" Even on my Tori Bell page, I have her picture, and they're like, "Oh my God, she looks so beautiful." And I'm sitting up, so
Donna has that
Definitely getting
unfair
comments.
advantage of those blue-green eyes that don't even look real. They look like the Mediterranean. And then she pops them with some lashes, and it's like, I give up.
Well, and I thought they were contacts. That's how remarkable.
I
they are.
know, I did too.
No, I wish I could jump in them and go to the Mediterranean.
She's got the look of the Irish up on her with the bonny red hair and those sparkling blue eyes.
My sarcastic mouth.
The best part.
But thank you, ladies. That's very sweet of y'all.
Well, Donna, I look forward to meeting you in person so I can keep your
No,
eyes close up.
I know, Anna, me too. Bring some mistletoes.
Wait till you meet her better half, AKA Trip.
Trip.
I like to tease
Everybody loves Trip. Do you like dogs?
I do.
Oh, you will love. He will love you. He will
So
just.
y'all, I
really
love
come
to tease
over.
Donna. I say she's really a pet photographer, and for a side business, she does background checks.
That may be just my second job. I love to take pictures now. I really do.
Always posting pictures of her in that
Is
handsome
that from
puppy.
behind you?
That's him. That's him right behind
Okay, I was gonna say I see
Yeah,
him. sitting in-
baby.
He heard his name and he showed up.
That's such a big teddy
I
bear.
can't wait to take pictures of Trip and Donna together. It's going to be fun because I get to meet Trip.
Yeah, I
I'm
know
such an
everybody.
animal lover.
They're like, "Hey, Donna." Oh, Trip. No,
That's
like
happened when
having a
Heidi
baby.
came over. Heidi went to her house and she's like, "Oh, what a wonderful dog." I said, "Yeah, but Donna's nice too, right?" She goes, "Oh yeah."
Exactly.
It
Yeah,
was so funny. It was hilarious.
yeah. She wanted to take him home.
No, you don't. I know you wouldn't let that happen.
No, no, no. This is my guard dog.
Well, now you're in
Yeah,
trouble.
I know. We'll just show you where the TV is. But I'll tell you something funny, a funny story, ladies. Trip, I cannot have Wheel of Fortune on because the minute that wheel starts going around, he like runs to the TV and he's like, "Rah, rah, 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 rah." And the minute the wheel stops, he stops. So I need to videotape it. Really, it's amazing. It's so fun. You can't see this pitiful face.
He's got his
Ah.
Is it time to feed him a treat? Is that what's going on there?
He's just being a loving dove. He's just a lovey-dovey dog.
Oh, look at Mary's lovey-dovey dog.
Mary, oh.
Yeah, we
That
love our
one?
animals, don't we?
And
But yeah, and I can't wait to meet you. I'll call you soon, and we'll set up something for a little party and a little get together
I would love to. Thank you.
Yep.
That'd be
like
great.
that.
Yes.
I was afraid I wasn't going to be able to hop on today, but I really wanted to come tell you about my order that I received from Kahlua. I love my teas.
Yay.
I especially love is it Joyful Holiday?
oh yeah, that's a good one.
And I actually do really like that controversial, what's the name of that one?
Belly fire.
Yeah, I actually like that one. I was
Taco tea.
Taco tea.
Yeah.
That one is definitely for its properties. That one's like a good, speeds up the digestion, enhances your metabolism kind of stuff, and just makes your gut work the way it's supposed to. I don't mind it, but yeah, there's a lot of people who are like, nope.
I mean, how spicy is it?
It's not spicy, but I mean, it's
got a lot of cumin in it.
It's got some cumin in it. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Make a
Yeah.
full connection with tacos because that's
Yeah.
a big ingredient in Spanish food.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. That's why you call it taco tea.
I have some now. It's awesome.
Yeah. That
Well,
one's not part of the tea of the month because that would be way too controversial.
What is it?
I said that one's not part of the tea of the month. That's its own entity.
Oh, that'd be perfect for post-holiday belly.
Yeah.
Maybe it should be a January tea.
Yeah.
I know when I went to visit my mom, who lives in Maryland, what does she do? I put on an outfit. She goes, "Oh, is that Heidi approved?" And then I made her a cup of tea and she said, "Oh, is this your friend Kalua's tea?" I said, "Yes, it is. This is her business." And she's like, "Oh." And then she emailed me this morning saying, "I love that tea you left behind." And I said, "I'm glad, Mom. I left a joyful holiday."
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
It's funny because Donna said, she's like, "I'm Heidi approved for the photo session." I said, "Good," because I would have told you needed to be Heidi approved first.
Yes.
I think if you feel pretty, your body language is gonna express that. And if you feel like you're trying to hide everything that you feel uncomfortable about and you're, pinched in a clothing that's not well
Right.
fitted, or then that's going to come through. That stress on your face is going to show up because none of us are like world-class actors. We're real people. So we might as well be comfortable in our own skin,
Yeah. And I tell you, I really loved it when Heidi came and helped me with my closet because now I can walk in and everything I see will fit nicely and I can wear it and be just full of joy. So that's really nice.
Yeah, I love that. I get up and I say, what pretty outfit do I want to wear today? It's not, oh, I've got to mend this. Oh, I've gained too much weight to close the buttons on this. Or, it's none of that. Everything fits. Everything's the right color. Everything hides the figure flaws that I'm concerned with. So it's really quite remarkable to feel pretty every day. What a gift.
So who is this Heidi?
Heidi McKinney Simpson. You don't know her, Kelly?
I don't know her.
I will
Wow.
make an introduction immediately after this call. She's amazing. And you can do a lot of things with her. I mean, the closet thing is where you try on every single thing you own. You make 3 piles: keep, consign, and goodwill. because some of us have things from who knows when that are still in our closets. And then when you consign it, you usually make back most of whatever it costs to have her come to your house. So it feels like a free exchange. But then she goes shopping with you to replace the things. So, because you usually don't have a lot left, right? Well, in my case, that was the case. But anyway, she goes to consignment shops. And a lot of those things, like this blazer is a beautiful lime green microfiber blazer, feels like suede. It's not, it's, you know, because I don't wear dead animals, but it feels very luxurious and beautiful, and still had its tags on it because somebody bought it and decided to consign it. They never even wore it. So I got this blazer for $8. Like, I'm sure it cost more than that brand new. You know what I mean? So her tagline is, you don't have to spend $1 million to look like $1 million. And most personal shoppers go to only big stores, you know, big Belks or whatever. And they can't be bothered plowing through racks to find things that are a good match for you. But she just goes, and you go to the dressing room and you try on stuff. Yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. And then, you know, you have a budget, and she'll trim it down to the things that look the best on you and stay inside that budget. So, and she sticks to that budget within $3 or $4. So she's really good that way too. She doesn't push one more thing. It's none of that kind of going on.
No, and her Super Bowl is designer consigner. I think, is it once or twice a year they do that? Twice a year. And so I finally did it. I resisted because I don't like clothes shopping. I can't stand it. I don't know why I didn't get that gene.
I don't know why. It looks beautiful. Almost everything she puts on her body. She's got one of those figures. So
Right.
So I finally went and did that. Hold on one second. I finally went and did that with her. And so, you know, she's like, you start on this end of the rack, I'll start on this end. And by the time we get to the middle, I've got like 2 or 3 things in my hand. She's got a rack full. You know, and so we, you know, a few more things that I just go to the dressing room, try everything on at once. And like, she's just, yes, yes, no, yes, yeah. Like, I didn't even have to shop. I just had to just be there and be like a mannequin. And, you know, and I basically walked out of there with a whole new wardrobe. It was unbelievable. I feel so good. I'm so happy with the stuff I got. It's amplified the stuff I already had. It's just, it is a great experience. I highly recommend.
And then you didn't spend $500 though, right? You were very cheap.
Not at all. And I tell you what, I went on the Saturday where it's like 50% off of that stuff. So I spent very little and got a ton. I mean, like cashmere sweaters, like really high-end shoes. I mean, insane stuff. And like Linda was saying, a lot of it tags still on. It's like in perfect condition. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Does Heidi have a favorite place where she shops? I'm sorry, I interrupted you, Linda. I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry too. I talk too much. I apologize.
No, you don't. You don't. Does Heidi does she have a particular place that she likes to shop, or is there like a range of consignment? Is it all in Raleigh?
Consignment shops in Cary that she knows the owners, and when you go there, they give you like a hot cup of tea, and you know,
nice.
And treat you like you're the Queen of England. And when I was there recently, I was eyeing this bag, and she goes, "You keep looking at that purse," and I said, "Yeah, it's really cute, but it's out of my budget." She took it and put it in my bag for free, and said, "Any friend of Heidi's is a friend of mine."
Aw,
and that was so nice.
That's nice.
Wow. Yeah, so it's always a very positive experience, which is the opposite. See, all my life I would go shopping. I would pick out things I thought I liked. I get into the dressing room. They didn't fit. They were too tight. And they didn't look the same on the hangers they did on me. And I'd walk out empty-handed, feeling completely deprecated, like I'll have to do this again when I lose weight. Well, guess what? You got to wear clothes today. You can't wait until you lose weight. You got to walk out of the house dressed, right? So Heidi goes, "That's ridiculous. You're going to look beautiful right now." I said, "Yeah, but I'm like 50 pounds overweight." She goes, "I don't care."
You know, I'm going back, Linda, up because I personally, I'll be honest with you, I've always weighed 120, 125 my whole life. I'm 56. And through menopause, I gained like 50 pounds like that, you know, and I'm like, well, I had nothing to wear, nothing in my closet fit. And the very same thing, I went when Kahlua went in the fall, and I was able to get sweaters and fall and winter things to get me through, and short sleeve stuff, that I could put jackets over and whatever. But I mean, the whole closet now is like a fitting room. It's wonderful. And you have to look good, and you have to know, and Heidi helps you wear the things that make you look good, even with the weight on. So it's really worth it. Really worth it.
We hijacked Anna's beautiful presentation.
I know.
Well, I was gonna say, actually, if you remember that show Ambush Makeover, where they have the clothing person and the makeup person, I'm thinking we need a
Yes.
1099 ladies ambush makeover. We'll have Tammy rocking the lashes, Anna getting your face done, Heidi with the clothes. Like, we should do some sort of event.
That's a fun idea. That's
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
Anna.
And maybe like at like a Valentine's Day or something like that. So, your relationship
I
with
love
yourself,
that
and feel
idea.
beautiful with yourself before you go off with your dates.
That's a good
So-
idea. That's a
So
nice
Anna,
idea.
we can
Yeah,
do
Okay.
that
We can
sounds
do
like
that
fun
in
because
March,
you
and we
can
can-
order your lashes.
And we
Yeah,
can do
you can order your lashes early.
that would be fun.
That would be awesome. Because
You know what? Maybe I'll put together. I'll meet with each of those vendors and get a prices together and say, okay, if you want a total makeover, it'll cost you this amount of money, and see if we can get a couple of volunteers to just buy the package, and you'll try to discount your products so that it's not a crazy number, and the three of yous can all get together. Well, and maybe Tammy can come Zoom wise, because she can teach you how to put on the lashes. She don't have to be physically there, because we want to be careful with her.
Oh,
But yeah, maybe we can do that get a couple of people who, want to buy that package and get a total head to toe makeover. Wouldn't that be fun?
that would be
Because if
awesome.
Donna's there, she can help you with the lashes too.
I-
Because she's
I was-
actually
I was just
I
gonna
think
say-
she puts them on better than I do. To be honest with you.
they are so easy, ladies. So easy. And I am like a klutz. Like, that's why I don't wear a lot of makeup, Anna, is I'm stuck in like that, I don't know, 20 years of wearing makeup. I'm like, just wearing the same thing.
Yeah. What time is it?
I'm gonna go too, and
Oh yeah, it's 10
And I'm
minutes.
gonna go too.
Yeah,
Okay.
a little bit after. We're
See you
chatting
later,
away here,
everybody.
ladies.
okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, ladies.
Thank
Bye.
you so much, Anna. That was awesome.
Yeah,
You were
That was
awesome,
great.
Anna.
Thank
And
you.
it was also really interesting to learn that there's now natural lines. I didn't realize that, because I think it was a few years ago somebody had shown me some stuff, but there was some ingredients in there that I couldn't do like long term. But I loved the product. I was like, oh.
Yeah, I will be really interested to know once you do your research to find out if you have vegan products, because that's what I mean, I don't use much, but I need to. My skin is very problematic because it shows like every emotion that runs through my head, and every subconscious belief is just blared out through my skin. So in my 50s, I look like a teenager going through puberty with rosacea and acne and stuff. So I do need a skincare line that is vegan and good for sensitive skin. Like I can't have anything with any perfumey scent or whatever.
Yeah, I'm
Probably
very
the
sensitive
naturally done
too.
would be good because it doesn't have any phthalates, any sulfates. And I was hoping to get the slide up because I even put in the slide all the ingredients, the things it's free of.
Yeah.
But pretty much 99.4 to 100% natural. So yeah, I'll do a little research and find out about the vegan. But I agree with you, Kelly. And even something as simple as just like a face wash and a face moisturizer, if you just want to go really basic,
Moisturizer for sure. Yeah.
that would that would do it. And then we could talk about additional, if you had additional concerns.
Yeah. I mean, I would like I definitely need a moisturizer. I don't know if that would help with the rosacea and stuff. But for times when I'm doing a presentation or being seen a little bit more, I would love makeup that actually works with my skin type and isn't, you know, super heavy. I'm afraid to put anything on my skin because I'm afraid it's going to irritate it even more. Like to put
Yeah.
a foundation on because I'm afraid it'll irritate it more.
But makeup is not like it used to be. I know, because Nola is big into it and she keeps teaching me stuff. You know, now they actually make these things so that they help your skin instead of just cover it like a mask.
Okay.
And you know, if you are getting a foundation, you can add lotion to it to make it like a tinted moisturizer, so it's not so much. So there are definitely ways you can do that to help your skin and not the old-fashioned cover girl.
Yeah, like the
The
thick.
thick
Yeah.
globby.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
Yeah, under the eyes.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. The thick concealer and yeah. Yeah. But yeah,
And I-
Kahlua, oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say, and I know it stinks when the stuff comes through your skin, but it's actually a gift because for the people who it doesn't, like it just sits in their bodies. So
Okay, I'll try to keep that in mind when
I
I'm
know.
lamenting.
I know. That's what I do too. I'm like,
Well, Donna, let me know if you organize a, you know, I
Oh,
get.
definitely, yes. Definitely invite you.
I don't know how we do that nowadays for you. How do you do that, Anna? How do you get close enough to people to like help them with their makeup, but not be right up in their faces with the pandemic?
Great question. And it's been an interesting, I hate to use the word pivot because that's probably the most used word this year, but it has been very interesting because especially if I have somebody like that wants me to match foundation, I almost need to see you in person to be able to do that.
Right.
So when the weather was nicer, I did several where I went to their house and we sat out on their porch.
Mhm.
Or like one lady, she had an outdoor, you know, like patio set. And so we sat way across, you know, and I've had other customers like come to my office and we just sit, you know, at least 6 foot apart. But you're right, for foundation, you know, I can sort of do the skin consult, just sort of looking at you through here. But when it comes to foundation, I almost need to see you in person unless we do like a CC cream, which only has like 5 shades. And I can sort of look at your skin and sort of guess, but in person is better. And
Yeah, I would think that the lighting would have something to do with it too. Like, do you need to be in natural light to see what people's skin really looks like? Or
that's a great question. I do. I need to be in natural light. In fact, like you can see the light on my skin. I'm sitting in front of the window to get the natural light. And honestly, that is the best lighting to match foundation is natural light. So I prefer to be either outside or right close to a window so we can get natural because you want it to be as natural as possible. Like I have foundation on right now, but you probably can't tell that.
Can't even
Like,
tell.
No.
and so you want it to match perfectly so people notice you, not your.
And that's a great benefit because like how many times, especially if you're ordering it online, it's like that's a crapshoot, you know?
Never order. Yeah. Because
Yeah.
you have that nice line. Don't
Yeah.
you hate that? Don't you, Anna, don't you hate seeing some ladies? You just want to go up and like,
I go up to him and
"Let me
go,
just fix that for you."
Well, why would they not just pull it down their neck? I mean, come on. Like,
And the
get
same
tattoo
reason
while
they
you're
don't-
at it.
The same reason they don't look at the back of their heads.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a
Well, I
thing.
gotta tell you, ever since the days of Zoom, I've stopped worrying about the back of my hair.
Well, yeah, but you know what I mean. If your hair is one to have a cowlick in it in the back,
yes,
you-
yes,
you
it is.
look.
Right here, yes.
one, two, yeah, kind of right here.
And I didn't have that when I was younger. That formed the last few years, like about 4 years, I think.
I'll tell you what, menopause will do some fun things to your hair and your skin and your body.
Oh,
Your
yeah.
body.
Yeah.
But I have to say, I'm, you know, I could have done it without all that weight, but I can shut my mouth and not eat. I'm just joking. But my hair came back. My hair has gotten thicker
Good.
and curlier
Mine has too.
with minimum. And usually it's the opposite.
Wow.
Oh,
So
wow.
I'm very lucky that way.
Mine did the same thing. My hair used to be very fine and
Yep.
straight. And now, I mean, not that I keep it in a style where you can really tell, but it's much thicker. And I mean, I do use a curling iron and it's curlier if I let it grow out, which I don't generally do because I don't like to have to do a whole lot to my hair.
I can understand. I'm more low maintenance too, so I can
Yeah, me
totally.
too.
Hey, Anna, real quick, do you remember those
Leave
mirrors
her.
that had the different light settings?
I
I,
do.
I just got rid of one not too awful long ago.
Oh,
That just
really?
sat up. Yeah, it sat up on your, you had a little metal thing that it stood up with. And you could crank the natural, nighttime, whatever.
I remember those. I hadn't thought about that in a long time, but yeah,
And, you know, I
I
really
remember
hate that I got
those.
rid of it.
yeah,
You know,
because those are really nice, especially if you're doing eyeshadow, doing something where you're blending a lot. It's really good for the lighting to see.
oh, I don't blend. I don't know how to do that.
I'll teach you. If you want to learn, I'll teach you.
I do want to learn something different.
I'll be glad to teach you. Yeah, I'll teach you some really simple, quick, easy.
I see Kalua's learned how to blend. I like your eyes.
Mine is simple. I just do like eyeshadow and a little bit of liner.
Yeah, but don't you have another color?
No, I have one color. I go.
Hey, it looks like she has two on, doesn't it, ladies?
I have a natural like highlight under my brow. Like it's later there.
Oh.
My skin is just like that. Yeah.
Well-
Ask you about now. I don't know if this is like a premenopausal thing happening with me, but the last year or two, I've started having a terrible problem on my lower leg with ingrown hair.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, to the point where like, so I stopped shaving and I started epilating. And then, so it's not as frequent, but like when you get them, it's still, I mean, like the cyst, like you get like it's painful. It's horrible. And so now like it's winter, so I'm not even really doing